All right, welcome back. This is Carrie with the Gilded Bubble, and today I'm gonna do a remake actually of my Mermaid soap. The design came from Katie at Royalty Soaps as part of her beginning soap making series, which I think is called the Royal Creative Academy. I'll link to that in the notes. But I just loved this color combination. And I loved the scent that she chose. So I'm replicating that. It's a different recipe than her traditional recipe. I don't use sweet almond oil. I kind of swapped that out for shea butter. And it's her basic recipe is a really simple, I think it's just olive oil and coconut oil. So this is a little more of a complex recipe, but I really like this design, and so I'm gonna go with that again. You'll see my stick blender's a little dirty because I literally just filmed my disaster of a layered apple cinnamon soap. So we're gonna try it again, and hopefully it won't be a disaster this time. But I already have all my oils in here, and like I said, I use coconut, olive, castor, and what's the one I'm forgetting? Palm oil. And then there's about an ounce of shea butter in here, so there's not a whole lot, but I like to soap at a little bit warmer temperature because of that, because the shea butter and the palm oil, in particular, predominantly the palm oil will not stay liquid at room temperature. In fact, I keep my palm oil in my garage to keep it a little more liquid. So I'm about 120 degrees right now. That's where it was when I measured it right before I turned the camera on. So as I said before, I put a little bit of salt water in this to help it unmold a little easier. Which requires a little more fluidity than some of the other designs. But it's not separating, so it looks like I've got emulsion here. Oh, I didn't even say what I'm using. Oh my gosh. So again, this is from Katie at Royalty Soaps. This is actually her design. I can't even take credit for this. But I have, in this container, I have Mad Mica's Tahitian Teal. In this one here, I have Blue Tide, which is just a gorgeous blue. And then this one is Pow Pow Purple, which is one of my favorite names, but that's that guy. And the scent, again, from Royalty Soaps, Katie's little design there, is Hawaiian Sea Mist, which I didn't think I was going to love, but this smells, oh gosh, it just smells like plumeria and jasmine and all those really sweet, wonderful blooming flowers, and I just love it. So highly recommend. But I call this one I Dream of Mermaids because I just think it looks exactly like something a mermaid would do. I don't know, like a mermaid tail. And I'm just going to divide this out exactly evenly and do an even drop swirl here. And like I said, I think in one of my recent videos, I used to do this by eye, and like that'll work. But I actually found it to be slower because I would have to go back and forth. I'm really bad with spatial relationships, so I often just eyeballing it doesn't really work that well for me. So measuring it actually works a little better. So I've got about a pound of batter in each one of these pitchers to make about a 3-pound batch of soap, give or take. You know, once that water starts to, once it saponifies and that water starts to evaporate, it changes a little bit. But look at how gorgeous these colors come out. Just beautiful. Can't even with that. I mean, that's just the most beautiful purple. And I know that, like, now I've only ever used that specific purple because it was one of those ones that, because it was recommended, I just was like, well, this one works and I love it, so I'll use that one. But I do know that there are some purples that just don't do well in cold processed soap, and so that's another reason I stick with that color. I don't want to have to play around and do the trial and error that other people have already done. Why reinvent the wheel? But look at how beautiful those colors are, and they look gorgeous together. I'll throw in a picture of my original soap that I did with this same color combination and scent because it was absolutely beautiful. Part of my problem with that other soap was I put in too much. I put in about twice as much as I was supposed to. Hopefully I didn't overdo it. That might be a throwaway batch for more than one reason. Put in here because I forgot to tear the scale. So we'll just go with whatever amount that is. Oh God. You know, I don't care. I've watched so many soap making videos. I don't care if somebody is an old hat at this or they're brand new to soap making. I have seen literally everyone forget things, screw it up, forget the scent altogether. I worry every time that I'm going to forget something and just have a disaster of a soap. But my last one that I made was legitimately the only moderately disastrous one I've done so far. Was that another one? I don't think there was. No. So, and even that, it may still turn out okay. I just didn't turn out the way I wanted. So that's not really a disaster. We'll wait until it's unmolded to call it a disaster or not. All right, so there are my 3 colors. Look at how pretty. And also I have to talk about myself for a minute because I told you I had a thing about my spatulas matching my colors, and these match perfectly. So I'm excited. This is just the most perfect soap making endeavor I could have undertaken today. Hopefully this one turns out better than the last one. All right, I think I'm gonna go and start with the Blue Tide. I think that'll be my first color. And I'm gonna do a good amount of this. I like my drop swirls to have a little bit of depth to them before I start swirling. So we'll see how this goes. I feel like I say that every time. Oh, this is thickening up. This may not make a very good drop swirl. We might have to just kind of go with this. She's thick. She's thick. Oh yeah, she's thick. This might be more of a weird layered kind of looking thing than a drop swirl, but that's okay. She says as she flings soap all over her kitchen. Yeah, that's not gonna be much of a drop swirl, but that's okay. Again, we're not gonna get upset. It's the disaster day. Wow. So I'm guessing this is the recipe that caused this to thicken up because this was beautifully fluid when I used that other recipe. So that's gonna be my guess that this, because I know that this scent behaves well, but it did not want to behave in, oh, can't do that. Can't use the wrong color spatula. This did not want to behave in this. I mean, it's still fine. It's still plenty fluid. It's not like I've got soap on a stick, but this is not how you do a drop swirl. I don't know what I'm going to call this, but it's going to be something. It'll still be pretty. These colors are just great together. This reminds me of the bedspread I had in my bedroom when I was a kid. I'm just gonna pretend this worked exactly like we wanted it to, because it did. Hello. So when I put this in the store, I'm gonna be like, the This is the best soap ever. Hey, look, it smells good. It'll get you clean. That's all that matters. I just cannot believe. Oh, I have a little spot of mica that I didn't mix in too. Great. Today was not my day for soap making, and I decided I wanted to do 2 batches. Isn't that just the way? All right, I'm gonna keep this one spatula back because I think after I beat this down, actually that might be like a weird kind of almost marbled looking thing. I don't know. I may just leave the top like that. I kind of like it. I don't hate that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna mess with it. Make sure I get all my air bubbles out. You know what? I'm gonna leave it like that. It's probably gonna look a lot like my pink grapefruit one, almost like a dancing funnel, but I think it's gonna be really great. I mean, those colors, especially once they've saponified, those colors get really, really bright. I'm not gonna worry about going for gel. I don't need to. And I'm not worried particularly about soda ash because I'm gonna get it no matter what I do. I've tried everything, and I can't forget trying to find 99% rubbing alcohol anywhere. So I just go with whatever the top of my soap is and I plane it off. But that is hopefully gonna look a lot better than this when it's done. We're gonna hope and pray on that one. But I will come back tomorrow and I'll cut this and you'll get to see exactly what it looks like. I'm gonna put it in my frame here because it's so full it's starting to bow out. And then I'm gonna wiggle it because it's sitting in the thing a little unevenly. Don't want to hump in the middle. There we go. And that is my soap. So it's not going to have a drop swirl. It's going to be a little lumpier than that, but hey, it's still going to look good. I keep telling myself that like I don't believe it, but it will. It'll look great. So that's all she wrote. All right, now I'm gonna cut this one, which I think might have to be a rebatch. I think I might have some unsaponified lye. We will find out when we cut it though. Oh, c'est la vie, you know? What are you gonna do? Not much, that's what I say. Although, I love using this cutter though. Actually, that turned out kind of cute. Look. Actually, I don't think I have lye in there. That might be all right. We'll have to check it later, do a zap test. But so far, that looks pretty good. We'll have to check it. That's I actually like the way that turned out. It's kind of like a little zebra stripe thing. Oh, look at the swirl right there. Look at that. That's so cute. I don't know how that happened. Like I got just that one little swirl in there. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's cute. Oh, it smells so good. I love this scent. I don't know. Does it still look? I guess it still looks mermaidy. So hopefully that's steric spots and not unsaponified lye. If it's unsaponified lye, that's going to be an unfortunate rebatch. If it's steric spots, then I can sell it. It's just going to be a little spotty. So we'll see. We'll find out. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook at The Gilded Bubble. And thanks for watching.